Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, things are looking pretty darn good right now. CPI data came out. Inflation has peaked, has gone down quite a bit, and everyone is buying right now. Bitcoin pumped. U.S. market's about to open. We're going to see a huge rally, right? Things are looking good. So let's discuss what was released and what to expect for later today and for the remainder of this year. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media, check out CryptosRUs.com, and make sure you subscribe to my brand new channels. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys are feeling good. I know you're feeling good because there's a ton of people in here and people are excited about this. Boom. Boom, right up there. From 23,000 to above 24,000. We're going to try to breach this red line once again. Let's see if it happens. 24.2. We have hit it a couple of times, right? Looking at a 4 hour, actually, we have a good chance. 4 hours is still kind of low. RSI is still low. Stochastic's kind of low. We have not been able to breach this. If we do today, right, or sometime this week, well, good things will follow. That's for sure. So, Bitcoin is going up. The entire market is going up. Ethereum is back above 1,800. Look at that, 7% today. 7%, and everything else, 4%, 5%, it's good. It's good. Avalanche up 7%. Uniswap almost 7%. Near 6%. It's looking like it's going to be a great day. And it's just started, right? U.S. market, the futures market right now is about 400. We got about 5 minutes left before market bell rings. So, of course, this is all due to the U.S. CPI number, which I told you guys I thought would come in better than expected. I told you guys how important this number is going to be because it's going to set the tone for the remainder of the year. And I told you guys I thought it would come down substantially. And it did. It did. Not to say that inflation is all but wiped out. No, but it does show that we are moving in the right direction and inflation has gone down. Down pretty significantly. Actually, let's look at this one. This is actually a better looking chart here. So you could see last month, keep in mind this is measuring inflation from last month, right? So last month in July, we're measuring June, and headline inflation was above 9. We were like 9.1%, something like that. So this time around, we're year over year at 8.5, which is lower than even the May numbers. May, I don't know if you guys recall, May was actually showing 8.6%. So we went back 2 months. So headline inflation went down drastically month to month to month, right? And of course, that is a good thing. And core inflation, also, if you discount food and energy, right, also pretty much hovered and did not go up. So what does this mean? Well, it does look like inflation has peaked. That's what it looks like. Now, of course, we could go back up again, but seeing how things are improving, especially with energy, with supply chain, well, then it makes sense that we actually see more downward movement than upward movement, right? So if you look at this, the biggest change was, of course, energy, okay? If you look at like the negatives here, fuel, oil went down 11%. Gasoline went down 7.7%. Energy commodity went down 7.6%. Overall, energy went down 4.6%. That is absolutely enormous. Also under energy services, something called utility gas service also went down 3.6%, which is really good. And then you have used cars and trucks down 0.4%. May indicate that the used car market is topped out too. Maybe. Maybe apparel went down 0.1% and transportation services went down 0.5%. Okay, but obviously the big thing is energy. And we knew that already because gas prices went down significantly, at least those of us in the US. We've noticed June gas was $6-7 per gallon in some areas. Some areas were, high fives, and now we have come back down to the mid fours. And in some places even lower than that. So we know energy has come down, right? So I don't think that was a surprise, and I told you guys that. And of course, that makes a big part of the CPI data. And of course, the world runs on oil and gasoline. So obviously, everything coming down is good. It's good. One voice said, I got my ledger set up last night. I didn't know how stressed I was about the space until my coins hit my wallet. Congratulations. Congratulations. This was the forecast. Oops. Most people thought that today's CPI number would come in around 8.7%. Some expected 8.7%, but everyone thought it would go down. Okay. When I say everyone, I don't know about everyone, but a lot of people did. So some thought it would just go to 9, 8.9, 8.8, 8.7, and obviously we went all the way to the left at 8.5%. So overall, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Elon himself said that he believes inflation has peaked. He thinks we're going to be a mild recession. I think that's about right. I think we'll probably stay in this mild recession for a while because this is a Fed-induced recession. But, as long as inflation is moving in the right direction, then that's downwards. We're going to have a pretty significant remaining of this year, right? We got 4 months left, a little bit less than 4 months. The next rate hike comes in September. So that means that the Fed can come in more dovish, right, with the next rate hike. Doesn't have to be 75 basis points anymore. It could be 50 basis points. And if next month's CPI data shows that we're going down even more, well, then who's to say it has to be 50 basis points in September? It could be 25 basis points, right? So this definitely sets a tone for the remainder of the year in a good way. And if we get numbers next month showing this month has improved even further, well, then that's even better, right? And then markets are going to rally. They are definitely going to rally. Wall Street and investors, the money that's been sitting on the sidelines will flow back in. And we're going to see a lot of that today, I anticipate, while Bitcoin is hitting right at 24.2 at this point. And we have Market Bell. It's funny that some people comment on, like, they hate this so much. And then some people comment on, like, they can't live. They can't start a day without it. It's funny how that works that way. All right, market, U.S. market's about to open. Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting. Look at oil right here. You could see oil is falling even lower, almost $90 a barrel. So definitely moving in the right direction. Oil runs the world, okay? And the lower oil goes, the better it is. 10-year yield, a lot of yields also went down today. All right. Now, besides all this craziness about inflation going down, Elon, it was reported, Elon sold about 8 million Tesla shares, about $7 billion worth, right? And this, a lot of people asked me on Friday why Tesla went down all of a sudden because they just announced a 3-for-1 split. This explains it because he sold $7 billion worth of Tesla stock, right? Why is this? Because of this battle with Twitter. Twitter is suing him, saying that, he pulled out and he was supposed to continue, forward with the acquisition. But Elon stated that, they're lying about bots and this and that, but anyways, so he may be pulling this out because he's looking, he needs to make extra cash in case he needs to buy, something like that. I don't know. it's just all speculation. But one thing that's not speculation is he sold $7 billion worth of shares. So we will see what happens with this lawsuit with Twitter. If he's forced to buy, maybe he still wants to buy, and this is all a negotiation tactic. It could be. It could be. All right, what else is there? Today's, other than this big, gigantic news with the CPI data, there's not a whole lot of very urgent or important stuff today. Peter Schiff agrees to liquidate his troubled bank. The one crypto bear left, I would say, or Bitcoin bear or crypto skeptic that's left, he now recognizes why so many people are in crypto now. Because the government can force you to sell your bank, liquidate your bank. They will seize your bank. They will seize your money, right? And this is what everyone's trying to get away from. No, well, not everyone. A lot of people are just in it to make life-changing wealth, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there are many people that are in it because they don't want this kind of stuff to happen. And Peter Schiff is going through that right now. He's forced to liquidate his bank, right? And he's very angry about it. But maybe now he'll realize why so many people are in crypto. And maybe he will turn to crypto. Maybe he's going to turn into a bull, right? We'll see. We'll see. All right, what else is there? SEC is finding this company called Bloom. I don't know if I remember who they are. I don't know. If you guys remember, but basically they had an ICO back in 2018. So they either need to register at SEC or have to pay a $31 million fine. But I don't quite remember who they are. But Gary Gensler is still throwing his weight around. We know that. He's not going to stop throwing his weight around until basically he gets what he wants, which is an entire crypto sector. And let's hope that doesn't happen. But I don't know. I've never heard of Bloom before. Bitcoin demand on Coinbase stacked. Okay. Just yesterday, I talked about Coinbase stock crashing and burning, right? But despite all that, I said Coinbase still biggest exchange in the U.S. There's ties with BlackRock now. Their custodian service is among the largest, right? They're nowhere close of becoming insolvent and going bankrupt, right? And yeah, I'm pretty sure once the entire industry picks up again, once Bitcoin picks up again, the demand on Coinbase will be flying high, and all this troubleness, worry will just go away. And Cathie Wood will regret selling Coinbase stock. That's for sure. What else is there? Solana's wallet provider Phantom says its systems were uncompromised in the $4 million hack. So it was just all related to Slope. So they want to distance themselves away from, obviously, this hack, right? And I think in terms of what happened with Slope is still being investigated. So good thing for Phantom, because I know Phantom is kind of like the biggest wallet for Solana. Most people that are within Solana's ecosystem participating in NFTs and storage and stuff, most people I think use Phantom. They're the biggest one that I've heard of. So it's good to hear that they were not affected. And then lastly, as for, Bitcoin, still great metrics, great fundamentals, great charts like this that show a reversal is already happening, right? And these are all great things. Here's an interesting one about Tether versus Bitcoin. So basically, you look at stablecoins, and there's an enormous amount of stablecoins right now, right? I've talked about a lot of people have cash on the side. A lot of them have it in stablecoins like USDT and USDC. And when you have an expansion like this, according to this guy, Titan of Crypto, when you have Bitcoin down here and stablecoins up here, and the gap is that wide, guess what happens when all the stablecoins come back in? When all that FOMO starts again? Well, it's going to make Bitcoin go back up like that. So we're in one of those phases. So that's fantastic. And of course, the holders that are holding at least 1+ Bitcoin, again, reached the all-time high, almost 900,000 addresses. That doesn't mean 900,000 people, but this continues to go upwards and that is fantastic, right? So that's pretty much it for today. NASDAQ up 300 points today. Fantastic. Dow up. Wait, this didn't even, it didn't refresh. All right, let's just go to Market Watch. NASDAQ up 250. Dow up 421. The entire crypto space up to 1.13 trillion, right? These are all fantastic stuff. So let's do some Q&A. I should throw some green lights in the background to match my shirt and to match the market. Give us some trades, please. Get us some profit. Colin, if you've watched any of my shows, I've always told you got to make your own decision, first of all. I don't want anyone to really copy trade me. And second of all, to make money in this market, all you have to do is buy low and hodl. That's always been my model. You buy low when other people are fearful, and I've told you guys to stay strong in DCA, right? And then you just wait until the market improves and comes back up. That's how you make money. That's how you attain financial freedom, and that's how you make life-changing wealth. Nothing moves as quick as crypto, right? It goes both directions, but despite us falling down to 17K and us now at 24K, this is still miles higher than where we were just 2 years ago. Just 2 years ago. I mean, look up Ethereum. As much as people like to poke at Ethereum, it was under $100 2 years ago. Think about that. And that's the second biggest crypto. If you look at some of these other ones, they were much smaller. What are the reports like CPI data we should look at? Austin, you really just look at CPI. Now, Fed Chair Powell likes PCE, which is basically measuring inflation too, but it has less weight on food and energy. So the PCE should be coming out later this month, toward the end of the month, and we'll see what that shows, but most likely it's for the most part, PCE and CPI are pretty close to each other. Although sometimes PCE is a little bit off, but overall, they're very close. But of course, there's others. I mean, if you look at every week, there's so many economic data, but none of them are really none of them really measures like everything like CPI or PCE does. You only hodl, never day swing trade? No, not really, because I've learned, and I'm glad Jeb also concurred with me. There's many people that will say, I've traded hundreds of times, thousands of times during this time period, and had I gone back, had I not done any trades, right? Have I just taken all those trades back and just hodled? Ends up they would have made more. And I looked at some of my trades before. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of stupid. Should have just held. That's it. When you outsmart the market, you tend to lose, right? So that's why. Now, do I sometimes switch out my portfolio, sometimes DCA into different crypto? Of course I do that, right? But, generally speaking, if you're trying to outsmart the market, you tend to lose. Locke says, don't be like me. Sell at the top and then buy in higher. I'm sorry to hear that. What's your price prediction for end of 2022? I mean, honestly, if we can build upon this, right, and the remainder of the year turns out to be good, the macro conditions that we're seeing gets better and improves even more, there's no reason why Bitcoin can't end the year around $40,000, right? I think 30,000, getting back to 30,000 is around the corner, but to break to 40,000, it's going to take some good conditions, and we can, I think, end the year around 40,000, and if so, you know, Ethereum could be around 4,000 then, so that would be amazing. Why do you think BNB is outperforming other top 10 in last month? Well, because it just simply held better. BNB doesn't move all that much. It doesn't swing that much. It's about to flip USDC and become number 4. And it could flip Tether and become number 3. It tends to do that. I mean, Binance is just a beast. You can't compete with Binance. You know the gap between Binance and everyone else is so vast, it's laughable. And here, you could see yourself. If you go to exchanges and look at trading volume for the last 24 hours, Binance, not including Binance.us, Binance itself about 16, billion, right? The next closest competitor is FTX at 2.2 and Coinbase at 2.1, right? So Binance has more volume than all the other exchanges, basically. Almost every single exchange combined. That's how big Binance is. And people don't realize that. They are so big, it's not even close. As big as FTX seems like they are 1/6, 1/7 the size of Binance, and same thing with Coinbase. So that is why BNB, I've always said people overlook it. They don't think it's going to go anywhere, but BNB has huge quarterly burns. They have their own chain. They have a lot of TVL, a lot of DeFi projects. They have NFTs, although their NFT market is still small. But yeah, you don't want to overlook BNB. When are you going on Jeb's show again? I mean, it was fun. I like talking to the guys. It's unfortunate that Jeb is leaving at the end of the month. I didn't really talk to him about that, but I wonder if he's going to come back afterwards. Maybe he's just taking a break. I don't quite know. Tip for you, stop drinking fizzy drinks for a month, see how your knee is, and then take turmeric. I did. Turmeric doesn't sit well with me. I can't take it. I forgot what happened when I was taking turmeric. It wasn't good. But I'm taking a lot of other vitamins and so forth. But yeah, it's my knee problem is beyond just taking vitamins. Arfan, I appreciate it, man. Am I bullish on VeChain? Yes, I'm always bullish on VeChain. CADX, I haven't used their new app, but it's good for Cadena. Cadena needs more apps like CADX. They can't just rely on CADX alone, right? So unfortunately, they don't have many dApps yet, but once they do, I think they have good potential to go much higher. But they need more dApps. CADX is a step in the right direction, creating all these wallets for them, but they need a lot more dApps. Yeah, I have looked into Nervos before. Their Godwoken chain, moves them towards EVM compatibility. But first of all, that name sounds like it's a game, Godwoken. But second of all, there's a lot of chains that's moving to EVM, so they're gonna have some competition, that's for sure. Ride a bike, it fixes knee problem? No, it doesn't. I've been riding a bike for a long time. It doesn't fix my knee. Get a picture. I was thinking about getting a picture of Gensler and putting it in my background, but I think that might scare off a lot of people. Check out Mark Bell stuff on social media. He has rehab ideas. Okay. Never heard of him. I've been following the guy, knees over toes guy. Been doing some of his exercises, doing some of the other ones I've seen. They helped a little bit, but not completely. I think I just need to do more. But yeah, the knees over toes guy is pretty good. Gives a lot of good content for free. We need Gensler NFTs. That would be funny, and that'll probably be the first thing he shuts down. What's the plan for the remainder of the day? Yeah, just chilling. Yeah, probably hang out with the family. We gotta go somewhere today, but you know what's good? I'll be in a good mood because today overall is a really fantastic day so far. Hopefully it gets better. I mean, Bitcoin, honestly, Bitcoin needs to break through this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, right? We're at a 7th time now trying to break through. Looking at a short-term indicator like a 4-hour, we definitely have enough gas in the tank to do so. Once we break through this and utilize this as a support rather than resistance, man, we're going to celebrate soon afterwards because, I mean, from here to here is a big gap to like 29, 30,000. If we break through this, we could head to like 27 here, stop over here, or somewhere around 28, 29 over here, right? And then we start building a base here around 30,000. Then, of course, we can consolidate and move forward then, right? So we got to break this first. Right now, it's looking good. Right now, crypto overall is looking good, but I'm waiting for this to break and for us to make that final leg or the next leg up to about 27, 28, 29. Then things will get really exciting. Really exciting. Another thing to note that right now, you're starting to see the money flow back in already. And it's obvious because Bitcoin dominance has started going down. Bitcoin dominance is only 40% right now. It was as high as 45, 46% not too long ago, maybe a month or two ago. When there's a lot of fear, people tend to gravitate and change to Bitcoin. But I told you guys, a lot of these projects are fantastic projects. They're not going to go away. The market is not like 2017, 2018, right? And you're seeing that because Bitcoin dominance has started falling and many projects are really starting to move, like Ethereum pumping above 1,800 today, right? And we keep going, it'll be above 2,000 in no time. And many others are really starting to pump. You're really starting to see momentum within the last 30 days or so, right? So there's many people that are definitely buying. FOMO, really not here yet, but if we start really moving, Bitcoin pumps to around 29, 30,000, you're going to see a lot more FOMO kick in. And if macro conditions continue to improve for the remainder of this year, well, then 40,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year is realistic, right? So a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff to look forward to. Joshua says 42.8 by the end of the year. Hey, that's not too far off when I just said 40,000. Knees over, toes guy works. Just stick with it. Sled pulling. Unfortunately, I don't have a sled. But walking backwards, I try to do that in the gym, even when I'm just shooting around. Try to do a lot of backwards movement. Still bullish at Cadena and KCS. Yes and yes. KuCoin is still a fantastic exchange. I love them. Except they have become a lot more strict with US residents. KYC is not available, so your withdrawal is very limited, right? But they're still a great exchange. Guess stem cells. All right. Need a Lego themed background. That's going to be kind of hard. Jumping is good for the knees. No, that's what got me in this first place, is jumping. Too much jumping. Exercise and massaging the calf muscle can often help with knee pain. Well, sometimes I go to the massage parlor. Not the shady ones, the legit ones. Tiberius, no, they have changed that. If you're in the US, the withdrawal is 1 BTC. It used to be a lot more. I think it used to be 2 BTC, but now it has gone down to 1 BTC, which for some of us is very low. So that's the unfortunate thing. I will say that if you're in the US, Binance.us is becoming my favorite exchange. They keep adding more and more coins, and they have been fantastic so far. But you do have to do KYC, right? But if you don't want to do KYC and you want to use a centralized exchange, then there's many others out there that allow you to do so. But in the US, basically, you're forced to do KYC. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Overall today, shaping out to be a fantastic day. Let's see if Bitcoin could break through, right? If it could break through tonight, will be even better. And I'm waiting for that. But if you're coming in late, know that CPI data for the US came in. Inflation looked like it has peaked. It's coming down. So CPI number went down significantly, back down to 8.5%, which is even lower than May numbers, right? So this is fantastic. We're moving in the right direction. The entire market is rallying. Dow is up 500 points right now. NASDAQ is about 263. And if we could build upon this, then we're going to see a pretty good Q4 for this year. The remaining of this year can be absolutely fantastic as long as these macro conditions continue to improve. But it's a start. It's a start. All right. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tonight. Hopefully, we have even more to cheer about tonight. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.